our crisis. And we're going to improvise the very first issue of a never-before-seen comic book for you. And to get us started, we just need a suggestion of anything.
Rubber band. Here we go.
Rubber band!
Wow.
So, on the cover of this comic book, we see a man with elongated limbs being torn in separate directions. On one direction, we see this sinister demonic force pulling him towards like this hellscape. Like half the cover is like an inferno.
And on the other side, we see a loving wife who is trying to pull him back into their domestic home.
And the demon is super stiff and straight, while his wife is all loosey-goosey and all over the place.
Yeah, even this half of the comic book cover that we see behind the wife, it's like an idyllic suburban landscape. It's like all of the houses are just like a little wavy.
On this side, all of the fire is very jagged and pointing to very, fine angles to everything.
And we see at the very bottom of the cover, there's text that reads, "Justice is getting stretched too thin." And the name of the hero across the very top, he's the Rubber Bandito.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crisis presents the adventures of the Rubber Bandito!
So on the very first page of our comic book, it's very stylized. It's set in in a nameless metropolitan with very stiff structured buildings, skyscrapers that go very tall, but they all look exactly the same. We see in the window of one building a person at work, and with each increasing panel, we zoom in closer and closer. It's for the company's for a large chemical conglomerate. And our protagonist is sitting behind a desk with an in pile, an out pile, lots of staples, office supplies, some rubber bands.
Richardson!
Afternoon, Mr. Jeffries.
Right. Good afternoon to you too. How's that report coming along on the new chemicals we're developing?
Well, it's Friday afternoon and you gave it to me at 4:30, so not well. Kind of have to get home.
Do we work at an excuse office? We work at a chemical office!
work at a chemical office, sir.
Oh, good! Just making sure my head isn't up my ass.
No, sir, it's my head that's up my ass. I sent you an email a couple weeks ago. I have an anniversary with my wife. It's our 5-year anniversary. I was hoping I could get out this weekend. We rented a cabin up in the woods.
Richardson, you bend over backwards for that wife of yours.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
The minute I ask you to help this company, when we're in dire straits, you just
go to my loved ones. I'm sorry.
That's it.
I'm saying on dire straits, but you and all the top execs are riding around on limos and drinking champagne like there's no tomorrow.
You leave my champagne mug out of this.
You guys are drinking fancy Cristal, and all we got is this crappy 7-Eleven coffee. I could go to the 7-Eleven and buy the coffee myself. It's 8 blocks away. It's bitter.
And so is the taste you're leaving in my mouth.
So we turn the page where we see a split panel with Jeff Richardson calling his wife Jane Richardson.
Yeah, we see, the panels are depicted with, the curly phone line splitting them on the page.
What's that, honey? You have to visit the plant where the chemicals are processed?
Yeah, well, there's an inspection I got to do tonight. It's got to be done before the fiscal quarter ends, which is ironically, this week.
Oh, that job is just so inflexible. Work-life balance is so important. What happened?
I know, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you, I promise. I just, if I can just work here a little bit longer, I know I can get to the top of the mountain here and be something that you'd be proud of.
I'm already proud of you. I wish you'd just loosen up a little bit.
We turn the page. He's at the chemical factory. He's wearing a hard hat. And he's carrying a clipboard, and he's being toured through by the factory operator.
All right, so here we've got a vat of sort of a glue-like substance we're working with.
Yeah, there's no safety parameters around it at all.
Had to cut costs. Very adhesive, but can be produced very affordably. And here we've got a vat of a different glue-like substance. Also, slightly more adhesive, but a little more expensive.
Yeah, is that duct tape holding the thing together?
Don't, it's best not to look at that. Blinded from the chemical flares.
Listen, I gotta get out of here. Another way I'm gonna get out of here is I'll give you all passing grade. I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
I mean, I'd really like a passing grade, I gotta get back to my wife. We made plans this
You
weekend.
guys are the same thing with me.
Get out of town. I've been married for about a decade now.
Oh wow, I've been on the 5 years.
Oh, congratulations. What's that? So the first year's the paper year.
Silver, gold, and frankincense.
Frankincense. That reminds me. This chemical vat is a frankincense synthesized knockoff. I pay no attention to the bubbling as though it were some kind of witch's cauldron.
Carlos, how's the fact? I see you got rid of the safety parameters. Very good. Very good.
Gotta cut costs.
Richardson, are we done here?
I want to go home, but it's unethical.
Well, I want to ride my yacht and drink champagne with busty supermodels. You gotta be ladies.
I'll pass it all.
Let me take you up to the. I respect your work ethic. Let me take you up to the catwalk. We'll do a quick bird's eye view of everything. You'll see that everything is just fine. There's no problem whatsoever. We turn the page to the catwalk, and it is just awful.
Yeah, it's right. Everything's held together with rubber bands. There's dancing on the floor. They have to, jump yards at a time to make it across.
All right, so
This has been here for 35 years?
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah, I can. You guys are supposed to fix these every 2 years.
Oh boy, yeah, don't tell that to the guys making all the decisions. We see as they're walking, the rubber band materials is stretched thinner and thinner and thinner until it snaps and the foreman is dropped down. Oh, help! Save yourself, man! This is such an unsafe place!
No, you've been married for 10 years. I've only been married for 5. I got you.
Wait!
We see panels of him falling slowly into the giant chemical vat, as the chemicals spurt up, and we see a big splash page of his body melting in with the chemicals as if he's becoming one with it.
We also see rubber bands falling into each successive panel, we see his body start to lose its rigidity, and it starts to move around a little bit more. It gets a little wobblier and wobblier. Then we turn the page to back at the office the next day. Jane Richardson asking about her husband. I hate to bother you on a Saturday, Mr. Jeffries. I know you're a very busy man, but
I am a very busy man.
I apologize. My husband didn't come home last night.
Well, good. That means he's probably working like he should be. Who's your husband?
My husband is Jeff Richardson.
We have no recollection of your husband. Good day.
But Mr. Jeffries, you don't understand. It was our anniversary.
Good day.
You gotta learn to be more flexible, Mr. Jeffries.
Security. Have this woman escorted from my premises.
You got it, boss.
Wait, you'll hear from me. This isn't the last you've seen of Jane Richards.
What am I going to do? He ruined that vat of chemicals that was ready for production. Now the sales are tanking. I'm gonna lose my champagne and my yacht and my busty supermodels.
On command, his cabinet opens up and it reveals like a pentagram, a goat skull, black candles that are all lit.
You have summoned the devil. What is your wish?
Hey, boss. Okay, so, you know that guy who fell into the chemicals yesterday and really just messed up my whole day?
Yes, I had to read the memo about it.
What can I do to be rich and powerful?
Well, I think it's time we accelerate the rubber band program.
The rubber band program?
Yes. See, this world is too loose. We need to make it stiffer. And the only way to do that is by putting a bunch of glue on all of these rubber band leaves we call humans.
As he says that, glue begins to fall from the sky and cover him.
Now you have the power of Satan's glue.
Oh, we turn the page. It's the factory itself. Carlos is buying the vat. He's got some alcohol with him. He's pouring it into the vat. So sorry I couldn't save you. I really appreciate your sacrifice. I think that makes you a real hero.
Whoa.
Jeff Richards, is that you? Is that? Whoa! Give me your hand! Oh, what's going on here?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I think it may have something to do with the accident.
Jeez, it's a miracle.
Whoa!
This is incredible. I'm so sorry. I've for so long overseen too many irregulations here. Or we've let things get too unsafe.
No, this was my fault. I let my arrogance and rush hardness want me to get home fast. And I gave you guys all A's when we should have shut down this plant years ago.
With these powers, you can shut down anything. This city's got a major crime problem, but I don't want anyone coming after me. I don't want anyone coming after either of our wives. So you've got to go under a new alias.
I need a disguise of some kind.
I'm sure we can find something here. It's got we get silly here sometimes.
Fridays, I love
Silly Fridays. We've got all these costumes from Silly Fridays. I mean, we've got a sombrero. A domino mask.
That's great.
All right, and I mean, we've got these ponchos from like rain, like when employees leave home, like it's rainy
It
outside.
looks good and also protects me from rain. Great.
Proper order here.
Now no one will recognize me.
You can go save the city.
It's just what I'm gonna do.
There is a bank robbery in process.
Give me the money, man. Give me the money.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll get you the money. Just don't shoot.
Excuse me, I would like to make a withdrawal.
be placed in a dark alley. Come on, man.
Give me that pocket watch.
This pocket watch was given to me by my grandfather who fought in World War II.
Yeah, well, I want it.
You know what? Back then, there were terrible people and no one stood up to them. I hope that someone stands up to you one day.
Yeah. Who's gonna stop me? I have the knife. I have the power.
Excuse me, do any of you have the time?
Thank you so much.
Time.
We're back at his house. It is late at night and his wife is up. She's been crying. She's been drinking. She's not in her place, folks.
Jeff, you're gonna go to the cabin. I'm gonna loosen up your necktie. Just, I miss you so much. I swear I'll find justice for you. They can't get away with what they did. Jeff, is it you? Why are you wearing that silly outfit?
You recognize me. I was worried you wouldn't after my accident.
What happened, Jeff?
Well, I was walking a catwalk on the factory. I fell into a vat. There was a bunch of rubber bands on the
So naturally you have rubber band powers now.
I think that's what I mean. I'm not sure I haven't seen a doctor yet.
They're safe now. Let's leave. Let's leave and let's never come back to this terrible city again.
I need to fix something that I forgot to fix years ago. That Mr. Jeffrey's factories need to be all shut down.
Didn't you learn something from the factory? Rubber bands can't fix things. They just bring them together as a short-term solution.
It's sweeping up.
What are you?
You might have known me as Mr. Jeffries, but you can call me Helmer's glue. He sticks him up to the ceiling. Now we will create the stickiest substance known to man.
It's at that point that rubber bands all around the floor are like they're prehensile and they're sticking and like catching it everywhere.
Where are you?
Mr. Jeffries, it's me, Jane Richardson. I would like to file a formal complaint. Wait, you're not the Jeffries I remember.
No, I am more than that. I am glue. I am the thing that sticks at night. I am your worst nightmare.
Stop right there!
Get him, Jeff!
Carlos, what happened?
Mr. Jeffries, are you familiar with a little thing called nail polish remover?
Mr. Jeffries, I got one question for you, or a statement for that matter. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say sticks to me, and hits you!
Good work, kid! You did it!
Now without the help of my best friend Carlos and my loving wife.
Like a rubber band, you can stretch us as far as you want, but we'll always come back together.